They say when the gods want to remind humans of their foolishness, they send wonders that defy sense. That night, the sky cracked open over Baba Segun's compound. Inside a small mud hut, Adunni battled death and destiny. Her screams tore through the rain, yet no wife dared to help her. The drums of the ancestors pounded louder than thunder. When the midwife burst in, lightning froze mid-air. Adunni's breath was shallow, her eyes rolled white. Take it all," she whispered, and the world went still. Then the hut exploded with golden light. The child that came forth was no baby, but a man, full-grown, bearded, his eyes ancient as the river gods. The villagers fled, wailing. Baba Segun dropped to the ground. Only Adunni smiled, blood-stained and free, whispering her last words, "My son, my freedom." And from that night on, no woman in that village labored alone again, for fear that her child too might come out grown and carrying the wrath of the ancestors. Before we continue this story, please follow me if you haven't already. It means a lot to me. Now let's continue. Adunni wore red on her wedding day, but her eyes were dry, her lips sealed like a locked chest. The village drummed and danced, praising Baba Segun for rescuing a poor girl. But Adunni saw only chains in the gold bangles on her wrists. Her mother kissed her forehead and whispered, "Be grateful, you eat today because of him." Grateful? Adunni wanted to scream. She was 16, he was 60, his breath smelled of old tobacco and older regrets. That night, as he fumbled with her wrapper, she stared at the ceiling and counted the cracks like stars, each one a prayer for escape. Baba Segun already had 3 wives. Iya Titi, sharp-tongued and jealous. Iya Bose, quiet but cunning. And Iya Ronke, broken by years of silence. They watched Adunni like hawks, circling fresh meat, the 4th wife, the child wife. They gave her the smallest room, the hardest chores, and the coldest stares. But Adunni held her head high. She still dreamed of school, of writing poems under mango trees, of a life where her name meant more than Baba Segun's youngest. Months passed. Adunni's belly swelled, not from joy, but from duty. Baba Segun bragged to the elders, "My seed is strong, even in old age." But Adunni felt no pride, only dread. She rubbed her stomach and whispered to the child inside, "I'm sorry I couldn't protect you." The other wives mocked her money sickness. "Enjoy it now." Iya Titi sneered, "Soon, you'll be just like us, empty shells with full pots." Adunni cried in the river, letting the current carry away her tears. Then came the day Baba Segun brought home a pouch of brown powder. "For pain," he said, "all my young wives use it." Desperate for relief, from the aches, the shame, the loneliness, Adunni sniffed it. Warmth flooded her. For the first time in months, she didn't feel trapped. She felt free. That night, she laughed at nothing. The other wives exchanged glances. "She is falling. Now she will never climb back," Iyabose whispered. The brown powder became Adunni's secret friend. It turned Baba Segun's touch into mist, the wives' taunts into distant echoes. She would sit by the fire, eyes glazed, humming songs only she could hear. But freedom has a price. Her hands shook, her skin grew pale, her unborn child kicked less and less. One night she collapsed in the kitchen. Baba Segun slapped her awake. "You shame me," he roared. "My child must be born strong." But Adunni just smiled, a hollow, eerie smile, and reached for the pouch again. The village began to whisper. "The 4th wife is mad," they said. "She talks to trees. She dances in the rain with no wrapper." Even Mama Folake came to scold her. "Is this how you repay me?" she cried. Adunni looked at Mama Folake, really looked, and saw not love, but hunger. "You sold me," Adunni said softly, "not saved me." Mama Folake slapped her and left, never to return. That night, Adunni burned her wedding beads in the fire. Labor came like a storm. Adunni screamed for hours, alone in her hut. The other wives refused to help her. Baba Segun paced outside, muttering prayers to ancestors. When the midwife finally arrived, she gasped. The baby was coming, but something was wrong. Adunni's eyes rolled back. She whispered, take it all." Then silence. The midwife screamed, the hut filled with light, not fire, but a golden glow. And in Adunni's arms lay not a baby girl or boy, but a fully grown man, bearded, calm, with eyes as old as time. The villagers ran. Baba Segun fainted. The other wives dropped their pots. Only Adunni smiled, peacefully, as she whispered, "My son, my freedom." Then she closed her eyes and never opened them again. The man-child did not cry. He stood, he walked, and with a voice like thunder wrapped in silk, he spoke, "I am Olorun's judgment." The village elders trembled. Was this a demon, a god, a curse? The man-child pointed to Baba Segun. "You took a flower and called it a weed. You broke what you could not grow." Then he turned to the three wives. "You watched. You did nothing. Your silence is your sin." But when he looked at Adunni's body, his eyes softened. He knelt and kissed her forehead. "Mother, your pain ends. Your story begins." He wrapped her in white cloth and carried her to the sacred grove. Where he walked, flowers bloomed in dry earth. Birds sang in dead trees. The villagers followed, not in fear, but in awe. For the first time, they saw Adunni not as a wife, but as a martyr. Baba Segun tried to flee, but his legs wouldn't move. The man-child returned to the compound and spoke one word, "Remember." Suddenly, Baba Segun relieved every cruelty. Adunni's silent tears, her trembling hands, her empty eyes. He fell to his knees wailing, "I only wanted an heir. I only wanted to prove I was still a man." The man-child replied, "A true man protects, he does not plunder." That night, Baba Segun's wealth vanished. His yams rotted, his goats died, his money turned to ash. His three wives left him, taking only their dignity. Alone and broken, he wandered into the forest and was never seen again. Some say the trees swallowed him. Others say he became a warning wind that howls on lonely nights. The man-child called the whole village to the riverbank. "Adunni's spirit lives in these waters," he declared. "From this day, no girl under 18 shall be given in marriage, not for money, not for pride, not for fear." The elders protested. They screamed, "Tradition, tradition!" But the river rose, gently but powerfully, and washed their words away. Then the man-child did something astonishing. He stepped into the river and dissolved into light. Where he vanished, a new plant grew, tall, white flowers with red centers. Adunni's tears, the people named it. To this day, if a girl is threatened with forced marriage, her family places this flower at her door. No suitor dares cross its threshold. Mama Folaka returned a year later, thin, ragged, begging for forgiveness. She went to Adunni's grave, now covered in white flowers. "I thought I was saving you," she wept, "but I was drowning you." As she spoke, a single petal landed in her palm, warm, alive. That night, she dreamt of Adunni, not as a bride, but as a teacher, standing before a classroom of girls, writing on a chalkboard, "My body, my choice." Mama Folake became a voice for change. She traveled village to village, telling Adunni's story. "Don't sell your daughters," she'd say. "Educate them, love them, let them bloom on their own time." Some mocked her, but many listened, and slowly, the old ways began to crack. Years passed. The tale of Adunni and her man-child son became legend. Mothers told it to daughters as a warning and a promise. Girls who once bowed their heads now raised them. Schools opened, brides chose their grooms, and every year on the day Adunni died, the village holds a festival. The day the river spoke. At the center stands a statue, not of Baba Segun, not of the elders, but of Adunni, book in one hand, flower in the other. At her feet, carved in stone. They tried to bury me. They didn't know I was a seed. So remember these children of the future. A girl is not a debt to be paid. She is a story waiting to be written. Adunni's pain gave birth to truth. Her silence became a roar. And though she died young, her name lives. In laws changed, in hearts awakened.
In every girl who says no and means it. This tale is not just history. It is a mirror. Look into it. What do you see? A victim or a voice? If Adunni's story moved you, smash that like button. It helps more voices like hers be heard. Subscribe and hit the bell for more powerful African folktales that challenge, heal, and inspire. Comment below. What would you have done in Adunni's place? Share this